Hi, I'm Jack Warkenthien, founder and CEO of NextStep Solutions, sales training and strategy company. Today we're talking about resolving concerns, which is really the third stage in most sales processes following the discovering and the matching. So you're not going to spend as much time here as you did in matching, but still there are always challenges to resolve. But I've got some good news for you. Do you realize in the whole world of resolving and overcoming objections, there's probably only 20 different reasons why somebody doesn't do business with you? Now, doesn't that make you feel better? There's not 100, there's not 50, there's probably less than 20. And you know what? If you focus on overcoming those objections, it's amazing how simple sales becomes. In fact, if you did a good job discovering needs and matching the unique value proposition to the dominant buying motive, you may be what I call, or have what I call, the ace in the hole. That's where you address concerns early. The ace in the hole is diffusing an objection before it's actually voiced. Let me demonstrate that for you. You're going to meet some people that are going to have a challenge with your service. They're going to say, you know what, Jack, I just don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm not sure. Well, guess what? That's not an objection, folks. That's a stall. And you know what? As good as you are in sales, as good as I might be, no one in the history of sales has ever overcome a stall. You know what we do? We convert stalls to objections, and then we overcome objections. So if you start getting a stall, turn it into something tangible, like what specifically is it that you have to think about? And then they say, well, I've got to think about whether I'm going to get a return on the investment in the fourth quarter of the year. Now I have an objection. If I can show you a return on investment where you do business with me, that's tangible and that's real. So let's talk about objections. How many times have you overcome an objection early in your conversation only for that buster to show up again later on in the sales engagement? One of the things my boys and I loved to do when they were growing up is we loved to go to Dave and Buster's and play their favorite game, which was whack-a-mole. You know the game. Those little Hummers pop up, and you hit it with a mallet, and they go down, and you're over here, and this one pops up, and by the time you hit this one pops up. Well, sometimes I think overcoming objections is like playing whack-a-mole with a mallet. But you know what the real key to success is when you're resolving objections? Is to flatten that sucker once and never have to see it again. So next time in your mind you're overcoming objections, make sure that, in fact, it has been overcome and it no longer pops up its ugly head. So use a machete instead of a mallet. Next time one of those Hummers stick up, cut it off at the roots. Man, you'll never see that thing come back again. So overcoming objections is like playing the game with a machete instead of a mallet. So resolving, what you've done is you've converted stalls to objections. You've addressed many objections early. That's your ace in the hole. And once you get to an objection, get confirmation that you've overcome it, and you'll never hear it again. I'm Jack Warkenthien, offering that Jack snack today. Thank you very much for viewing.